My name is Feroza Aziz. I'm a high school junior and a human rights activist.
My name is Rayhan Asad, a Harvard Law alum, attorney and advocate.
We cannot deny that we are privileged. If you are watching this video right now, if you have eaten food today, or if you have a roof over your head, then you are privileged. Others are not. We seem to forget that there are those around the world who have no homes, or whose homes right now are in rubble, and some are used to the constant pain of hunger or suffering every day from war or from other horrific reason. I think people forget about this a little too often.
We can go on to pinpoint all the privileges that we have in a democratic country. We can live and travel freely. We can seek the truth. We can visit any website and learn about what's happening around the world. Those who don't live in democracy face persecution for having such intellectual curiosity. We know this, and yet we remain silent or look the other way. Such an attitude must change. With your help, we wish to raise global awareness about the Uyghur human rights crisis we both deeply care about.
I remember one night in my room, I was scrolling through my phone on social media when I came across this particular post of what seemed like prisoners in this small camp. I later found out that these weren't prisoners, but in fact innocent human beings who were kidnapped and tortured by their own government for their Uyghur ethnicity. Innocent Uyghurs are thrown into concentration camps every single day and unfortunately leave behind their families.
My brother Ekber Asad is a cutting-edge entrepreneur and philanthropist. He's passionate about helping kids with disabilities. He's immensely kind, compassionate, and generous. With his savvy tech skills and love for his culture, he built the most prominent social media platform for the Uyghur community. At the invitation of then US Ambassador, in the spring of 2016, my brother came to the United States to participate in an exchange program sponsored by the US Department of State, one from which many world leaders, including Chinese citizens of the majority Han, benefited for decades. However, within weeks of returning from the United States to the Uyghur region, he disappeared into the shadow of the internment camps.
In the face of injustice, I could not sit silent. I used my voice to speak out against injustice for millions of innocent human beings, and I helped them in the best way that I could. I did so by posting a video on TikTok explaining the atrocities that Uyghurs endure, and my video was watched by millions, despite it being censored by TikTok.
As an attorney, I care deeply about injustice. When I lived in Turkey, I witnessed the upheavals of the war created for the lives of beautiful Syrian people. I helped establish a nonprofit that is dedicated to better the lives of Syrians. I did so because I care about human suffering. When we help a person or cause, we're simply executing our purpose and existence in life.
Under the guise of fighting extremism, the Chinese government is brutally oppressing Uyghurs. Women are reportedly sexually abused, and since parents are taken away into concentration camps every single day, they leave behind their children. These kids are left with no family or brought into state orphanage schools. These are innocent children that should be spared. However, China is erasing their sense of Uyghur identity from early childhood.
The concentration camps took another dramatic turn, where people are transferred from the camps to prisons and forced labor factories. The intellectuals and influential members of the Uyghur community are being imprisoned with lengthy sentences. Those who are taken to forced labor factories are working against their will by force, intimidation, and threat against their family members. Substantial evidence raises alarming concerns that the Uyghur forced labor entered the stream of global commerce, tainting supply chains.
It hurts to know that this is happening. It's disgusting to know that as you're watching this video right now, millions of innocent human beings are suffering in these camps. Sometimes you just don't want to hear about it anymore to save yourself from the distress, but that's the worst thing you can do. Just feeling remorse for the Uyghurs is too little. We should take our feelings and outrage to create change. We must take action.
Words move mountains. Change happens with collective action. Public opinion can put an end to human suffering. We have every opportunity to change the fate of millions of Uyghurs and make sure never again is not a broken promise of the world yet again. We should set befitting example for others to join our fight and elevate our cause.
We will not be another failed generation. We will be the generation where new leaders are born and where more change is created than it ever was before. We will be the generation to end oppression and seek justice for the voiceless.
We have the power to make a difference and stand up for injustice. The plight of the Uyghurs is one the entire world, and each one of us cannot afford to ignore. We all can be agents of change. Let's stand together and send a message that Uyghurs' rights are human rights. And we will say a loud no to injustice, forced imprisonment, modern slavery, and human suffering.
Change begins with us.
Firoza is my force of change.
Rehan is my force of change.
Together, we're here to change the plight of victims like Akbar.
We invite you to join our fight.